And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 14, episode 20. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And if you are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on the replay, because you could not have the chance to check out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast when it was airing live, you're probably watching this episode on Friday. And if you are watching this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on Friday, then I hope you guys have a great weekend. And we're pretty much going to be talking about, the LTA viewership, which is tanking insanely hard. We're going to be talking about the Smash and T1 drama with Gumayusi that is going on right now. And we're going to be talking about how disgustingly bad the LEC is, because I think I watched one of the worst games I've ever seen in quite some time. And for some reason, GX and Rogue just play borderline 50 to 55-minute games consistently. But nevertheless, joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about the competitive League of Legends esports scene is Mr. Blanks. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Well, I'm good, man. It's crazy. I just sent you on Facebook the top 10 worst seasons of Power Rangers. Only one of them is in the Fox Kids era. I told people, or two, if you include Alien Rangers, but I don't include Alien Rangers. Okay, it's a season, but to me, it don't feel like long enough of a season. In a sense, but yeah,
man. So as you guys know, recently we had the big marquee matchup of Los Angeles Lakers versus Dallas Mavericks, and Luka coming over, and having that emotional video play in front of his eyes, in front of the whole crowd, and he was just tearing up, and I was like, nope, not gonna do it for him. Nope, I don't cry, but it was one of those like, nope, not gonna do it. Like, you could tell he was just all up and just destroyed in tears after seeing how much like the fans in Dallas loved him. Like, I've never seen that ever when I was watching the NBA. Like, the enemy team comes and then the crowd cheers for one of the best players on the enemy team that used to be one of their players. Like, people forget he was like their franchise player for a while, honestly.
Since 2018.
Yeah, he's been there since 2018, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly 5. So about 5, 6.5 years, kind of, right?
I'll say 6.5 years.
Damn. And like him coming back, you just see all the emotion just come over him. And it's understandable. Like, we were all surprised at the trade too. Do you know what I felt like was a disservice to that night? Nothing against Luka or the Mavericks fans. I think the Mavericks fans were very classy that night. No one cared that AD was traded either. People forget AD was traded. Like, AD's been a Laker for
why?
Time.
You know why? Because AD didn't start on the Lakers.
True. Yeah.
He started on the Pelicans.
Yeah. It was just so weird that people didn't like mention, this trade affected Anthony Davis too, and he's been on Lakers for a while himself. But I was glad Luka, got his. It's weird to say he got his revenge against his older teammates, but they didn't hate him. It was just so random. Like,
he got a revenge against Nico Harrison.
Yeah, I would say that, because like he didn't have any bad blood with his old teammates. I mean,
it's the whole thing where Tom Brady went to Tampa, came back and beat Bill Belichick, and that won the game they played. That happens a lot of times. It's like you don't get revenge against the players, you get revenge against the management owner.
Yeah. Because people were blaming Mark Cuban. It's like, guys, I don't know if you were living under a rock, and most people would probably assume this, that he still owns part of the Mavericks.
He sold that back in 2023.
He sold what? The hugest majority stake he had in the company?
He sold the rest of his majority. He still has stake in it, but he doesn't have enough where he can make a decision anymore.
Yeah, he's just like one of those guys that just gets to be on the board when they're making decisions kind of thing. Yeah, that's really all. And then last night, you had like chants of like fire Nico, and then after Luka drops like 45 points, he just leaves. Like, everyone knows that was a bad trade. Like, or it was bad for the Mavericks, great for the Lakers. That's the best way of really saying it, Like, Anthony Davis coming back to the Mavericks has been fine. He's not been like running it down as bad as like Klay Thompson has. But like, without Kyrie Irving there, it's just like, guys, that team's going out potentially probably in the first round. Unless there's some sort of God that exists in the world, like you guys keep saying, because you're Christians, and like he, I don't know, flicks some dust onto the Mavericks in Texas. Yeah, I don't really see a world that this team makes it past, like, if they win in the play-in stage first round, I'd be surprised. That team is not good. That team's probably going to get beaten by pretty much anyone. I mean, the last comic has said anything's possible. I do agree with you guys when you said too. Playoffs, anything is possible. I do agree with that.
You talk about Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. I just
Dallas would be lucky if they even get to the playoffs. They're playing because of circumstance, because of Phoenix.
Yeah, that's why I said plans. Yeah.
They got to beat Sacramento first just to get to the A seed. Dallas can only get the A seed. They can't get the 7 seed.
And you said Kings are better than the Mavericks, haven't you?
Yeah. The Kings are this way. The Kings is gonna beat the Mavericks, and then they're gonna lose to whoever the A seed. Hopefully it's Minnesota, not Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Fucking hell. And then you had that match against the Knicks and the Celtics was really, really entertaining. Yeah. So close. You got so close. But Jason Tatum, he's just too good.
Yeah. We got it, man. We got it. Sheesh. Get off Jason Tatum's nuts, man. Jesus. Got his nuts in your mouth.
Hey, man, I would like yours in my mouth, too. I can give you a nice little Gok 3000. Like, fuck, man.
Right. Hey, you wonder why Carla call you gay.
I'm just saying, like, the Knicks playing up against the Celtics as good as they did was good to see, because most people think it's like a foregone conclusion that the other seeds above, like the Lakers and the Knicks, are going to win. Lakers, because we didn't have to show when this happened, because we were talking about mostly the, like, OKC was going to get blown out, like, at least maybe hopefully in one game, because I remember we were talking, like, there's probably going to be an 0-2 for the Lakers if they kind of played like their best. Lakers blew them out the first time they played. They had back-to-back games with them. Game 1, completely blown out. I was like, wow. I thought it was going to be 0-2. Not going to lie. I thought it was going to be 0-2. But that first game's awesome. And then Lakers are winning the second game, and then the ref throws out Luka just randomly for interacting with a fan or some gay shit like that. Because they don't want to have like their little MVP mess up like one of their best seasons. Because like OKC is like what, 65-14, I think, for their record actually, and that's one of the best records they've ever had. So like the fucking ref didn't want to have like their MVP get destroyed by the 3rd seed in back-to-back games, because Luka was completely running them down in both games. It wasn't even close. Like MVP for me, I would probably have Jokic on the Nuggets. You could say Curry been an MVP. You could say Jason Tatum's been an MVP. Forgot the one guy on your team. You could have him maybe as an MVP.
Yeah, Rolster or Carly Towns.
Oh, the guy with the curly hair. The black guy with the curly hair. Forgot his name. Fucking hell. Let me bring up his name right now. He's been pretty good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the way, that was just so disgusting to see them do that. Like, if you want to say the refs rigged that game, because for what? To get an extra win in the regular season? Guys, OKC's already locked in. They're already fucking locked in. They're already locked in as probably 1st seed at this point now.
No, but what it does is it takes a win away from the Lakers.
Yeah, and it makes it.
Don't look at it.
Jalen Brunson. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson's been.
When it comes to those things like that, you got to look at which team benefits or which team benefits from losing. With the Lakers losing, it benefits every team below them. Lakers is guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Due to the Lakers have 49 wins, and they only have 2 games left, so the Lakers have a good amount of wins over some of these teams. The Lakers can't fall nowhere below 6, because some of these teams.
And you wanted to talk about the Nuggets, because what's so weird about this season? You have so many like just random firings just happening constantly.
Just random shit, like motherfuckers, like
just like we thought it was bad when Anthony Davis got traded to the Mavericks and Luka to the Lakers, and the NBA was like, hold my beer, we got you a better one. So then Memphis loses their coach randomly. He's just gone
with 9 games left, and then Denver's like 9 games. 5 games.
And guess hold my beer. And guess we can do better.
And guess what? We'll up you a coach with the GM firing. Nigga, what? Whoa, Jamal. Whoa, Jamal. Put down the 9. You fired the GM too? Oh, I thought it was just coach. You GM, watch
The GM and the coach fired.
Watch. There's going to be a team in the offseason that's going to fire their coach.
Yeah.
All their assistants, their GM and their president. Watch. It's going to be some crazy fire sale shit. Like, yeah.
What is with this season? Just random shit just keep happening.
Motherfuckers out here.
Players are like, I'm sick of these washed up ass coaches. I'll just do it. Like, have you guys seen that video? Have you seen that video of Jokic going off on his coach when they were losing? I forgot which game it was. It was really recently. Not the Timberwolves one. I think it was the one before that, or it might have been the Timberwolves one. Where he's just going off so hard. Like,
you know what it was? It was just bad positioning. This is why I believe
Russell Westbrook was he threw that game by missing that easy layup. They could have won that game.
And he made it a lot worse. No, there's missed assignments on players where they just let easy pass get in. Russell Wilson.
One of them missed a free throw. One of them, I think it was Jokic. Jokic, as big as he is, shouldn't be missing free throws. Like, come on. He misses. He makes that.
He got all the way back to the third quarter where there was missing defense assignments where the other team was getting easy baskets. At the end of the day, Russell's gonna get the blame because he did a lot of ISO shit and he missed layups. He missed easy buckets, and that's why Westbrook will get all the blame. That's the sad part about it. He'll get all the blame, but he's gonna get it because he's been in those positions before. And
didn't we hear that apparently the coach was kind of giving Russell Westbrook some favorable treatment? Like,
no, it was the other way around. He was kind of like, from what I heard, it was kind of like he was kind of, not favored of like some other players.
Like, do you?
Plus, man. Michael Malone apparently was an asshole to a lot of people. That's why. All
right, let's go over some of these.
If only the coach got fired, I would understand. But also the GM, that's what made it worse.
Oh yeah,
the GM also got fired. Minnesota beating Memphis by 22. 119-97 to end the third quarter.
Well, speaking of Russell Westbrook, we can go on NBA Central. This is who I kind of follow for, like, I don't know. It's kind of like with Cheap Esports. I just follow some of these outlets for like quick news and stuff like that.
If the Grizzlies lose, they'll fall to the 7th seed, and Golden State will be the 6th seed. Golden State.
That's not good. You don't want that if you're Lakers. You want them to be not out there. I'm just saying, man. I don't trust the Lakers in the playoffs.
I'm not gonna lie. If you're the Lakers, you gotta actually want Denver right now. I'm gonna tell you why.
I'd rather have Jim. I'm just saying right now, Lakers have nothing in their arsenal that can stop Curry and Jimmy Butler at all. No way.
The Clippers might be stuck in the 5 seed, and that's dangerous for everybody. The Clippers, the team, they get hot at the right time. That's dangerous. You actually want the Clippers to be. You kind of want the Clippers to fall all the way to the 7th seed that they could knock out Houston. Houston's a goddamn dangerous team. Bunch of young motherfuckers that and their coach gives no fucks.
Russell Westbrook's future with the Denver Nuggets is uncertain, per The Athletic. In Wednesday night's 124-116 win over Sacramento Kings, good Lord, man. Adelman,
Adelman of the fourth quarter. Two things instead of closes Pickett. Westbrook has a player option worth $3.4 million to return to the Nuggets next season. But league sources said his future with the organization is uncertain nonetheless. If it's only $3.4 million, I think they're going to exercise it and then they're going to try to trade him. If not,
he's getting traded. Yeah, there's no way.
If they don't, they're going to cut him.
$3.4 million?
His value is already kind of shit. His value has been shit since he got traded to him. Going to the Lakers was the worst thing that could have happened to him.
Players on the Nuggets began to lose faith in Michael Malone.
Oh, sorry. It was
after he gave Russell Westbrook special treatment per The Athletic. All the while, Malone's choice to continue supporting Westbrook, despite the frustration he was causing on and off the floor, ultimately led to a loss of credibility among the team's key players. It was one thing when Malone handled Jokic and Murray with more leniency than the rest of their group, but affording Westbrook that sort of treatment, even with his Hall of Fame resume, wasn't received well by some.
Okay, Dan. Okay. I'm looking up bad information then. I got it the other way around, but okay.
You're good. This one was rival teams began to hear that Jokic's patience was wearing thin in Denver due to the team's struggles. The Nuggets locker room was a mess, with team and league sources indicating that the franchise's most important players, including 3-time league MVP Jokic, had grown frustrated and fatigued by Malone's fiery ways.
Yeah, no. Malone act like a little bitch sometimes.
Oh god! Even with Jay Giddey, the Bulls ain't gonna do anything in the playoffs. Jay Giddey's good, but it's not anything to get you a ring right now. Good
It's
lord!
funny how Jay Giddey's into little girls and they felt like P Diddy.
Oh my god! Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly.
That guy's
His
weird.
is not alleged. P Diddy's alleged. His ain't alleged. Y'all did texting 15-year-olds.
What is he like Drake? He better never go to cell block 1.
The Drake's alleged too, to a certain
degree.
Him creeping on that one chick looked bad, but
oh gosh, I think that's it right now. What else is there on the news charts?
Chicago's locked into 9th seed. They get to
LeBron,
they get to 8th, they have to face Orlando.
Lakers, Mavs generated 429 million views and counting across NBA social media accounts, on pace to beat the most viewed game of the season across social media. I mean, everyone knew that was going to have a lot of viewership. If you knew what happened, you knew that was going to be an extremely hyped up game for both of them. That's just so easy to predict. Like, it's like saying, well, the Lakers and Celtics are going to have a fucking most viewed game of the season. It's like, well, yeah. Like, are you living on a rock? What the hell? You know? Oh, goodness. Also, LeBron he's the second player with the most games played in the NBA history. I think he's second to one other guy, I forgot, but apparently he has the second most games played ever. Well, that's pretty much that. Anything else you want to talk about for like NBA?
It's just crazy. It's like the last couple of games go really determine who gets in playing or playoffs.
Yeah, the seeding is so close right now between both leagues. Actually, at this point, literally, you lose one. Actually, it's at this point now. Now, this is where the regular season matters, because if it's this close and one game differences will separate you from being like 4th to 7th.
Helicopters. Apparently, there's 6 people died in a helicopter crash in the Hudson River near New York City. It's after Kobe. I don't do helicopters anymore. Down here around New York City or mountains.
All right, that's pretty much it. Now we'll get into our video. Actually, all right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the LTA viewership is tanking hard. So the LCS has been around for a very, very long time, but in 2018, Riot Games decided to franchise their LCS, which is, basically League of Legends for America, if you guys don't know that, actually. So then after that, franchising pretty much didn't work, and there's many reasons why it didn't work. And basically, they had a lot of these teams take on venture capital because the cost of entering the league was like 10 million for older teams, like 12 million for newer entrants. And then there was a lot of promises being made that really didn't end up happening. A lot of these teams invested in thinking that, hey, Riot was just going to keep building and building and building all this up to the point where this ends up like, the NBA or like the NFL. Those are like the two big ones that they idolized a lot, that they wanted to end up reaching. And it didn't end up happening like that at all. Riot got all this money invested into their company from all these teams that have come into the league, actually. And they have nothing to show for it other than basically Valorant and TFT. That's all they really have to show for it. I mean, what's the game? The online digital card game they had, Legends of Runeterra. That's about to be extinct very soon. I mean, the fighting game they have has been taking like 10 years to make. And the recent word on that is like they're only going to have like 10 characters in it. Like, I understand why they wanted to franchise the league and why the owners asked for it. It makes sense in terms of stability, but franchising also hurt the league because it ended up like hurting it from several different points of views. And you have to also blame the teams as well. They didn't really do anything like better to improve the league. They just kind of took things for granted. And the biggest thing about the LCS was the personalities like Double Lift, I'm a Cutie Pie, Sneaky, Bjergsen, all these names, right? Then you had brands like TSM and CLG. Those were like the earliest brands in the LCS that people became fans of, kind of like, you know, like the Knicks and Celtics, like old rivalries that are like nostalgic for people that they just latch on, that they really care about, stuff like that, you know? Then came Cloud9, and then Cloud9 and TSM were like the Lakers and the Celtics kind of thing for a lot of people. Then Team Liquid came on, and you had like 100 Thieves came in. They made a splash, but that's kind of gotten pretty, I would say, level throughout the years. Like Nate Shot's not even the CEO anymore because he just didn't like Riot's bullshit most of the time. Like, the LCS essentially was in a death spiral for quite some time. I mean, like, guys, the casters have been pretty, I mean, like, outside of Kobe, Zale, and Captain Flowers, and Emily, and Jat, that's all you have here. You know, like, Raz is, no offense, buddy, you suck. You suck ass. Kangas, that new guy, it's not really there. Rafa, they tried out. That didn't work. They tried out LaButt Plugris, whatever the fuck her name was. She's terrible. Just a straight up DI hire trash.
Just moaning. Oh, and Steve Conga, he's from Yu-Gi-Oh as well.
I remember who Steve was. Yeah, he used to play Master Duel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy seeing a Master Duel guy on the league broadcast. I guess the two games I play the most are just going to intertwine with each other.
Yeah, no, it's back and forth because they had Jackie Jing from Rainbow Six on this weekend, and I was like, why does she look familiar? And then I realized, like, oh, okay. I was like, because I was trying to figure out where she was from. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. So basically, for me to just kind of let you guys know what the League of Legends fans generally wanted, they wanted the LCS to make things more meaningful for them. Like, they wanted some sort of consistency. So, like, let's just go down a lot of the stuff that even you've been around for. So Chad's been around, what, LCS 2022 Summer Splits? You've been around for about, about 2.5 years. So that's a good amount of time there. So the LCS, even just when you've been a part of it, has did so much random shit. So let's just talk about the format, right? So they went from best of ones, and they were like, oh, best of ones. You guys like best of ones? Then best of ones into single elimination best of 5 playoff bracket. No. After that, we're going to change it. We're going to do best of ones into double elimination playoff bracket. And it's like, okay, double elimination's fine for a lot of people. Then they go, okay, we're going to do best of 3s. And then now it's best of 3s. And now we're going back to best of ones. But all the teams said they like best of 3s more. And the team should have the biggest say in the format because they're the ones, God forbid, competing in it. Then the broadcast went to like weekdays for Wednesdays and Thursdays with super weeks essentially. And they're like, no, that didn't work out because the viewership wasn't there. We want to put it back on the weekends because we feel like the viewership is better on the weekends. And it's like, the viewership is still tanking on the weekends. I even knew that was bullshit. They literally said, we're taking it off the weekdays to put it on the weekends because the viewership's not there. But this is what I said when they moved it to the weekends. The viewership isn't there on the weekends now. I don't know what you're doing, but the viewership's not there on the weekends, okay? I'm just pointing it out there. You can switch it all you want. It's not changing shit. The LCS never invests into anything long-term. It's always circular changes. 1 year, best of ones, then it's best of 3s, then it's fucking what like the playoff brackets have been with the format has been very bad. Like, let's just use the LTA 2025 America's Stage Split 1, the winter one we just got through. Yeah. The format was ass. Nobody liked the EWC format. They literally just copy and pasted the EWC format that nobody liked. And then they used it as an actual format in their new rebranded league. No one likes that format. And if you're going to do it, why is it not single elimination best of 5s, single elimination best of 3s? Then that the teams travel to Brazil because they merged with Brazil thinking that it was going to make the competition better. It didn't. All of our teams literally mollywopped the shit out of them outside of like Team Liquid, who, you know, is just an inconsistent team in and of itself, right? So then what's the word that they use in horror movies, like with people that eat people? Cannibal. Yeah. So they cannibalized Brazil, who had a thriving viewership, to merge it with the LCS, even though the viewership and the people, all of us, do not overlap. There's no overlap between any of these two. The merger makes no sense. Makes no sense to do. I never wanted a merger with Brazil. What I just said was that just change the LCS up to be what Valorant is, to allow maybe some sort of like promotion relegation system like they're doing now with the guest spot. That's all it needed to be. That's all it needed to be, you know, and have a consistent format going. That's all you need to do. And build storylines with content. Yeah. The analyst desk, they fired Dash. Hasn't been, the fucking analyst desk is the same. Emily's thighs are just there. That's it. Then you have fucking
sicko size.
They have pros. Okay, pros is good. Why is Emily running pros? She's not a host. Like people like the dive. Dive's cool. Why is Meteos there? Meteos just gives the most milquetoast takes unimaginable. Meteos is not a personality on a podcast. I don't get it. They hired Mark Z to be the commissioner. A good move. Now Mark Z's not going to be anywhere else to make it better. Mark Z's just trying to make this product work. How do you make this product work? No one wants this product. They're trying to build a new League of Legends America's ecosystem in 2025. So people are going to be like, but the LEC did it in 2019. Yeah, that's when there was more viewers here, people. The LEC did it when there was more viewers here. They didn't even do it with co-streams. EULCS was worse than the NALCS in terms of viewership. NALCS was competing with Korea in viewership. Gen.G and T1 just had the highest recorded match, best of 3 ever between the two. Because Gen.G and T1 is a legit rivalry that a lot of people have invested into. Better than that KT T1 rivalry everyone kept telling me was a rivalry. Gen.G came in 2017 and was like, hold my beer, we can just be a better rival to these guys. And look what happened. Over years of investment from Gen.G and T1, they now have the most highest viewed matches ever. That's crazy. So that means that people chose to literally watch a region where you're not even from the native tongue of it. We're not Korean. We'd rather watch them than watch the product here, because the product here is fucking horrible. Product here sucks ass. All it needed to be was like WWE style for the LCS, because no one watched this region for like the gameplay. No one watches it. If you're watching this for gameplay, buddy, I got a fucking oceanfront bridge to sell you. You know, I got some snake oil to sell you, honestly. Like and I even told Chaz when this first started, when they had the rebrand, this rebrand stinks. This is gonna go back. I'm calling it right now. They're gonna put it back to the LCS, and then when that doesn't work, they're gonna be like, "But no one wants the LCS either." And it's like, well, because you have no consistency. Either you're all in with this product, or you just go back to the LCS. Then when you go back to the LCS, how are you gonna brand that back up? That's not going to have the same feeling as the original LCS did. And the original LCS at this point now has had more viewership when it was dropping than the LTA does when it's starting.
Yeah.
I guess you could use the argument this all ebbs and flows, which is kind of how this works, and that's a fair argument. But this has no viewers up front. The LCS had viewers up front. It just kept declining. But then it had peaks where it would hit, peaks where it would go down, it would go up a little bit, but it would never reach the heights where it originally was at. And I told people it was never going to, because there's specific reasons why it will never do that. So there's a lots of things to go over. I mean, like, there's no exciting storylines with any of these guys. Like Cloud9, even though their matches are decently high viewed, they don't really have storylines with these guys. Like Sven's interesting as a person. He can definitely, you know, create some content and trash talk. Bwipo and Inspired can. But who on Team Liquid really is a personality to follow? Or JJ's what? I hate you.
I mean, he's an asshole that people love to hate.
He said he was going to clap Faker. Remember that tweet? Can't wait to clap Faker.
Yep. And then guess what? He gets another person that Faker can write on the death note.
Oh. God, like there's no personality to the league. The brand's bad. I don't know. Like, I don't know. The whole branding is terrible. So this is all just tanked. Like, there's no continuity, no storylines, no players that have personality to invest into. That's really just all it is. Like, I don't want this to go away, and it kind of technically can't go away based on the fact that all these teams have a invested money interest into Riot. Like Riot probably wants to get rid of it, but they can't because they have so many teams invested, hundreds of millions of dollars invested into this. They can't just like up and throw it away unless they want to get completely sued out the ass. And as you know, with Riot, they can't really take another lawsuit again because they lost the one in California for sexual harassment. Keep in mind, they literally are trying to now fucking do that thing of like, they want to make a League of Legends live action series with Piltover. I think it's the shit that involves Misfortune and Gangplank. I don't know. Riot, what are you doing?
That's Piltover. Yeah, Piltover.
Is Piltover? I think it was, It's the thing with Gangplank and Misfortune and Twisted Fates, that kind of storyline. Like, Riot apparently didn't make any money with that animated series they did. The one recently. Oh my god, Arcane.
Oh, yeah, Arcane.
Season 2 of Arcane wasn't a big hit like season 1 did. People didn't like it as much. And now they're gonna start investing money into a League of Legends live action series.
I thought it was too short.
Who are you gonna hire to play Misfortune? Who big titty white girl gonna play Misfortune?
Margot Robbie, Haley Steinfeld.
That'd be actually pretty cool though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree with that.
No. Okay, no. Jinx would be no. Actually, I'm trying to see who Jinx could be.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Margot Robbie could be Jinx.
I'm going to say Amaranth could be Misfortune, but she would never do it. Damn it.
Nah, she's not an actress.
Yeah, if she literally knew how to act in any decent capacity.
Behind, League of Legends.
So, like, I don't know what their money's going to. They remember they had that streaming service. They wanted to make their own streaming service. They canned that. They had this MMO, kind of like WoW, they wanted to do back when you watch their anniversary video. That got canned. Legends of Runeterra, that might be getting canned very soon. They're going to make a card game. So they were like, you know what? We don't want to make a digital card game because like it'll just hinder players on getting the cards. So we'll just make so later on they just made a physical trading card game.
They can't charge they can't get anybody to buy shit from the card game if it's free. But if you do a physical one, you have to get people to buy stuff.
That's what people said initially. It's like if you make this free, no one's gonna feel the need to buy it because it's already free. That's what they're accustomed to. Free. Now they're gonna make a physical trading card game, and it's like, what are you doing with your money? They're just wasting people's money on shit they're not even gonna do. But LTA, we'll focus on that. So I want to just make sure I went over other Riot's bullshit because it's just, oh my god, it's agony to just hear all this shit.
Yeah.
League of Legends LTA finals viewer count takes a nosedive. What happened? LTA finals dropped 33% in viewership. Fans are not thrilled and questioning Riot's changes. Let's unpack this epic facepalm. So the finals was between Wood and 100 L's, and 100 Thieves. They definitely have been playing a lot better with FBI. Their team's gotten a whole lot stronger. I did want them to win because I didn't want Team Liquid winning, but 100 Thieves are always going to let me down whenever I think about them. It's okay. 100 Thieves. League of Legends has had its fair share of ups and downs. That's an understatement. But recent events surrounding the League of Legends LTA finals have fans sporting frowns instead of smiles. Reports indicate a staggering 33% decrease in viewership, plummeting from 246K during the spring finals to a mere 166K in the latest LTA finals. Casual viewers and die-hard fans alike are scratching their heads and pondering what went wrong this time, with competing leagues running simultaneously, questionable promotional strategies, and a format that many are criticizing as dull. The future of LTA hangs in the balance. What in the name of Summoner's Rift is happening here? Let's dive in. Also, I wanted to point out here, this is what the LCS was considered in a death spiral. Okay. And then this is what the format is now for the finals. So it went from 246K from last spring, which was considered not good, to this. Now you tell me which one is better that you would rather have. Just saying, The LTA, oh my God, I hate. If you guys ever see ads when we do these videos, some of these fucking websites run a shitload of ads, so I apologize for that. The LTA finals viewership took a hit, dropping to 166,000 viewers, 33% lower than the previous spring finals. Fans attribute the dip to poor promotional strategies, timing conflicts with other leagues, and the lack of hype around the teams. Yeah, this was literally running the same time as the LEC, and what Riot, and I think it was Mark Z, or like the fucking on social media, they kept telling us that they didn't want to have broadcast conflict. That was the main reason why they went to the weekdays, because they didn't want to have broadcast conflict and overlap with each other. And guess what happened for this format for the LTA in winter? It overlapped. It was going like literally as the LEC was borderline in the second game of a best of three, honestly. Like, yeah, people do not choose this over the LEC. I know Europe's probably worse, and they are, but they're not choosing this product over the LEC. It just kind of is what it is at the moment, Many commenters are nostalgic for the old LCS format, expressing a craving for the emotions it fostered, suggestions include more personalized player narratives and a better communication strategy for upcoming events. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta wish TSM was back, because TSM did bring a lot of viewership. I do admit that. Reginald, given how retarded he was, really did bring the viewers. And when TSM's gone, it's just like, yeah, it's just might have been a region where it was kind of carried by one org. That's not good. So they had many years to build up the brand, but they didn't do it because, well, it's Riot and that fucking company sucks complete donkey ass. Viewer disappointment. What happened? The fall in viewership numbers has sent shockwaves throughout the community. A Reddit user aptly noted that this is the first time North America has had its finals running concurrently with the European Championship, sharing an evident shift in focus among fans. Remember when they had the LTA competing with the Super Bowl? Now, to be fair, leagues always kind of ran when the Super Bowl's happening, but that's when the broadcast would mostly be kind of already ending, and then people would go and watch the Super Bowl. They were running the LTA in winter during the week of the Super Bowl when you had games on. And they wonder why no one was viewing these games. Why would I watch Dignitas versus Shopware Rebellion when I could go watch the Eagles play fucking Kansas City? Why the fuck would I choose Dignitas over that? You out of your fucking mind?
Yeah.
Remember when remember it was Cloud9 versus Golden Guardians in spring of 2023, and they had the finals on Easter, and they're like, why is no one viewing? Your finals are on Easter, Riot. Do you not think people have lives outside of this?
Yeah.
Riot, are you stupid? Well, wait, don't answer that. We know they're dumb. This was not merely a scheduling blunder. It demonstrated a deeper rift in the viewership landscape. With the LEC promising spectacle and excitement, the LTA seemed to be overshadowed, lacking the flair of its European counterpart delivered. Why even compete? If I have a choice between a series that actually excites me or whatever this is, I'm going to pick Fire over Ash, reasoned one user. They're not wrong, given the opportunity many fans are opting for the league that seems to offer more competitive worthiness coupled with passionate narratives. And keep in mind, guys, the LEC is kind of propped up by a bunch of co-streamers like Cadril, Kameto, like Dom. Who else is there? I mean, Yamato co-streams, I think. Like, imagine this. The LTA also has co-streamers, and they can't even bring it up. Like Double Lift, Sneaky, all these guys co-stream for it. Nothing changes. A lot of these leagues are just propped up by co-streamers. I wonder what the LEC viewership looks like without co-streamers if Cadril just didn't co-stream for it, And the thing is, that might not look good. That might not look good at all. Just saying.
It'd be wherever. It might be a little higher, but not much higher.
The nostalgia factor, a call for the old days. Nostalgia runs deep in the league community, as evidenced by multiple commenters yearning for the old LCS format. One user articulated, I'm one of the 24 people who liked the long season, emphasizing that the rapid pacing and unclear storylines left little room for building camaraderie and attachment to teams. The sentiment echoes throughout the threads as the connection between fans and players appears diluted in this compressed format. The previous seasons emphasized rivalries and emotional outreach, while the new approach feels overly streamlined and lacking the potential for character arcs and gripping tales. Redditor Calvin encapsulated this with a sharp observation demanding Riot to just bring back LCS. I said the same thing too, implying that even the brand itself held more intrinsic value than the new propositions. Because if you guys don't know this, Riot is so far, how it is, Riot's heads are so far up their own ass, their eyes would roll back like a slot machine. Riot truly believed there was no value in LCS, that they could just make a whole brand new league in 2025 without the grassroots that built the LCS before with the actual fans before. They're that like cocky, they're that self-centered, they're that retarded. They legitimately think they could do it without any of that. Hey, just here's this rebrand and you just watch it. Just take it, you fucking peasants, you fucking little worthless cockroaches. And it looks like no one's watching it, which is good because fuck them. Golly. The longing for connection isn't just about nostalgia. It's about the richer storytelling elements of sports entertainment that doesn't seem to find its place in the current format. Remember Riot tried being like the NBA? Remember Riot tried being like the NFL? All that failed because they never understood why the NFL and NBA were ever the way they were. Second of all, their viewership's gone down too, but they've managed to kind of find other outlets to kind of keep it stable. Riot doesn't understand any of that, you know? And keep in mind, it's two different like audiences for that too. Them always trying to capitalize, oh, we want to be just like the NBA. How would you be just like the NBA? I don't get it. It just sounds like a bunch of fucking like PR slop they just fucking say to people constantly. But what about you, man? Before we keep going, do you want to say anything so far?
The issue is everything. They took a nostalgic brain and threw it out the window. They take two nostalgic brains, throw it out the window, kind of make something new. And now, if Riot's gonna have to do everything, they're gonna have to. But they're wrong. They have to do so much correcting that it might not even be worth it. I don't think they can redo what they fucked up. You know.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. It's like,
yeah. Like, that's the thing now at this point. It's like, yeah, you can show me some hot-ass girls in Brazil. I like that one. That's really, really cute. I put my tongue in her ass and she let me for like 2 minutes. But outside of any of this merger just sucks ass. Promotion and marketing, a missed opportunity. Promotional strategies, oh boy, where to begin? A significant point raised by users revolves around the perceived failures of Riot's marketing campaign leading up to the finals. According to them, there was a notable absence of engaging promotional content prior to the LTA. As highlighted in one comment, previous leagues like the LEC thrived by investing energy into skits and elaborate promotional strategies that successfully captured the audience's attention. In comparison, it feels as though the promotional efforts for the LTA were almost an afterthought, resembling the bare minimum approach. There was no bare minimum. They did nothing. They should have been pumping out unique content leading up to the first day of the LTA, remarked one user, calling for a more creative marketing handbook rather than the haphazard style observed. This lack of buildup not only suppressed excitement, but also left potential viewers largely uninformed about what the LTA had to offer. The LTA had to offer literally nothing but just, hey, all of our formats are different and no continuity and no success. That's it. A question of format and infidelity. Infidelity. That's what Lennon had against me. She cheated on me with James. Crazy. Joking. And she wanted to have Chaz's fucking cock in her ass. But, you know, the inside joke you guys will know about. A question of format and identity. The LTA's format has also been a hot topic in discussion. Some users compared it unfavorably to the structure laid out by other leagues, indicating that the new format is even more convoluted than it needs to be. One user mused that it had the worst format mankind could ever come up with and chastised Riot for not grasping the established identity. After all, League of Legends fans crave competitive depth alongside drama. The notion that a format can alienate potential viewers is painful for many to acknowledge, particularly since sports thrive on spirited competition and community support. The idea of if they build it, they will come feels painfully backwards in this arena. If you instead tear down the foundation, expect folks to turn tail and leave. Yeah, like this can work as a notion, but they didn't build anything. That's the thing. They built nothing. LCS was built by other people, and Riot just kind of capitalized on it. That was it. The discourse surrounding the recent LTA Finals viewership clearly indicates a community that is hungry for production, storytelling, and connection to the players and teams. Fans are not merely passive viewers, but deeply invested individuals who thrive on the narrative and competitive engagement that such leagues can foster. The dip in viewership isn't just a statistic, it's a symptom of larger issues within the format and marketing approaches adopted since the changes. While Riot has embarked on a new path, the journey back to meaningful connection with the community appears to require a significant recalibration of their strategy going forward. Ultimately, the challenge remains, how can they marry innovation with the heart of competitive gaming that fans have come to cherish? Only time will tell if the LTA can rise from this discouraging plunge. That's pretty much, I mean, I'll ask you before we go out of this video, what are your closing thoughts on this? Do you think they can do anything, or do you think it's just gonna...
If they have to fail this year, they have to realize, all right, cool. Are we too far gone? If not, let's just bring it back. Let's see what teams that were no longer a thing can be back. If not, what you do, you take whatever LA teams that are still available left that didn't fully go under. See if they can make a team. Make CB low now, make it South America. What you do is you rebrand the Americas as two different. You rebrand it as what it should have been. League Championship Series NA and League Championship Series SA. South, not SA. SA can be so many different things. But South America, what you do is and everybody from you what they should do, combine LLA and CBLO. NA, what you do is you have two. You stick with 8 teams. See if one of the seasons wants to stay. See what team wants to get brought back up. You go back to 10 teams. You go back to 10 teams just like you did in
So you're saying just put back the LCS?
Yeah. You put it back, but you see if
because they're gonna ride out this way for the year. They're gonna ride this out.
Yeah.
This as a experiment is gonna be dead within either the end of this year or going into next year. There's no way that they're okay with these numbers. There's just no way. If they're okay with these kind of numbers, I don't know if you can really help them,
Yeah.
Like, the LEC is propped up by co-streamers, and we're propped up by co-streamers that are less famous than the other ones. But, yeah, man, it's just crazy to see the viewership tanking this hard. We knew it was there. We knew the viewership wasn't there. We were there every week feeling it, and it's just something that, right? You did this to yourselves. How in the world you could think you, Riot Games, could make a brand new LCS version 2 in 2025? It's like how would I say this? It's like watching a TV show and you see it through all the highs and lows, and you kind of see it to the bitter end, and then they announce that there's spinoffs, and you don't watch the spinoffs because you're just not interested, because sometimes spinoffs have that, Yeah, that's what this feels like. This feels like a spinoff of CSI that no one wanted to watch, kind of like a CSI New York. That was the one that was kind of, I watched it. It was
decent for a first 2 seasons. It's when that Greek chick, Melina, whatever her last name was, like 5 O's in her name. Once she left, that's when it showed down.
Yeah, people watch CSI Miami because that was entertaining. It was very good, but
yeah.
When they went to CSI New York, they were like, "All right, we're pinching."
You know what? CSI the regular one had a dark, gritty, but it's something about it felt good.
I think it because that's what this is gonna feel like. Because in CSI New York, if you guys watch it, because where I did, they had this episode where it felt like a series finale, and it just kept going. And I was like, "There's more story here to tell." I think we told all the story we need to tell here. That's what this kind of feels like. It's just this is gonna ride its wave out. Riot are completely stubborn and cocky and egos are through the roof. They think they can make this work. You can't. They're rebranding, guys. It'll be back to the LCS because they should have never taken away the LCS name. That wasn't the problem. You know, imagine like the NBA rebranding now, and you call it like the BAN or the ABN or something like that. Like they don't rebrand, guys. They just like the NBA. They don't rebrand. They just make new things in the season to get things exciting. Like that in-season tournament they have. They have the play-in stage now. Yeah, you just make different things to try to see if they can work. And even that, the NBA's viewership is still definitely down. It's definitely not increasing either, you know, but so, yeah. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Wow, you suck ass. Yeah, like I tolerated it. It was a show I just watched on Fridays way back in the day. After that episode where
I liked CSI New York. It was my mom's favorite. It was never my favorite. My favorite was the original, and then it became Miami from like seasons 3 to 7.
I pretty much tuned out after the episode where the main guy figured out his last case. And then there was the season after that. I did watch a little bit of that, and I was like, this just is.
Once the Greek chick left with the curly hair, the wavy hair, once he left, I was kind of
done. I return. I don't know why. Oh my god. So
because she likes BBC.
You know, you can always get her with a hug.
Yeah,
one of those nice long hugs where you
and then she can reach down and grab my cock. About that.
Whoa! Can I tickle him a little bit? Your ball?
No. You can tickle yourself.
God, hey, Lennon has a tight asshole. Just
I know.
You can eventually take the seal off her tap.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna bust that shit open.
Oh God. So. Okay, let's talk about. I know I told you guys we were going to talk about
this motherfucker. I know he ain't talking. I know this motherfucker ain't talking.
Oh God. Let's see. I told you guys we were going to talk about T1. I'm going to bring up the message here right now because T1 have some. Well, they always have some drama. Why is that like T1 got some drama going on? God damn, are they TSM now? Jesus Christ, fucking hell.
Or maybe. They were always TSM.
I mean, but they were always winning, so I guess, you know, it always kind of, once you're winning, it kind of overrides all that shit.
Exactly.
But before we get into the drama, I do want to highlight this for Faker. Faker, just like with LeBron, no correlations there. Faker has played his 1,000th game in the LCK. So congratulations to Faker at that. You know, he played his 1,000th game last night against KT Rolster, and they 2-0'd them. If you want to call that a rivalry now in 2025, I don't know why you would, because KT's terrible outside of just like BDD. Like BDD, I feel really bad for him. He's just held hostage right now. That's it. BDD's just held hostage. And KT, before we get to T1, KT, like just write that org off. Just go to 2026. They subbed out Perfect for casting. That didn't work out. They got rid of Duck. They got rid of Duck Dom for that. Who's that new guy they have now? I forgot his fucking name. Who's that guy?
Not Way.
They brought in some. Oh, Peter. Peter's the support. Is it Peter?
Yeah. No. What they did was they got rid of. Okay. Now I have to go back to see the game.
I totally forgot who they put in. Oh, sorry. I have it right here. They brought in Paddock and Peter. There we go.
Paddock and Peter for Duck Dom and Way.
Yeah. I don't think Way was their problem, though. He has to play with Duck Dom. That's the reason.
No, both of them didn't work. It's weird. Both of them didn't work together at all. It was the issue is you couldn't keep one without the other. It was one of the things where
they're like, let's just bring up our bot lane that we have in academy. See if they can work. Like we knew Perfect wasn't good. We knew Perfect wasn't gonna last on. Perfect, guys, is not a good player. He won't last on any team. I was surprised KT even took that guy, probably just for budgetary concerns. Like, I honestly thought them bringing over Cuz was going to help with BDD, but that synergy between Cuz and BDD just not there. I don't think it really ever was. I think that was just an overblown narrative, honestly, at this point. BDD's never really worked well with any jungler ever, honestly, you know? So, like, you have Cuz, he didn't work with BDD. BDD's like the only player on the team that is trying to do anything. He can't make it work. The new bot lane they brought up over Duck Dom and Wei doesn't work. Just write KT off. KT's trash. Just go next year. They're about to go, like, they're probably not going to win no more than like three best of threes anyway. Like, just a trash team. So, T1. So, before we go into this summer, before we go into the spring split for the LCK in 2025, it was announced that they were going to put in Gumayusi over Smash, who they had benched Gumayusi after 2 best of 3s in the LCK 2025 Cup. And then T1 play against DRX, then T1 play against Gen G. T1 beat DRX. They lose to Gen G, which was a really, really great best of 3. It was a banger best of 3. So it could have either went either way. And then after T1 lost that, T1 announced that they were going to put in Smash back. And keep in mind, guys, they didn't initially want to play with Gumayusi up front. They were basically told to do it by Joe Marsh, a guy who doesn't know jack shit about League, making decisions about League of Legends teams. Like, that's just crazy in of itself, right? So they had acknowledged that they were not good at being super transparent with, I guess you could say, their fans, right? So this was their message before they played against KT Rolster last night, which was, ahead of today's match against KT Rolster, we'd like to share an update with our fans regarding a roster decision. After closely reviewing scrimmages and holding thoughtful discussions with the sole focus on team's performance, it has been decided that Smash will be starting today while Gumayusi takes time to reset and regain form from the bench. This decision was made by the coaching staff. That means they're basically saying his form's just not good right now. That's literally what they said right here, you know? So I know there's people dogging on Gumayusi right now. I'm not saying he's an overall bad player. He's actually very talented. But for the current moment right now, Smash is better for them, especially when you have Doran. Because as we know, the real reason why T1 is going to struggle this year is Doran. Guys, Doran is bad. He's not even doing that fourth place shit he used to on other teams. He's just running it down. He had one good series, and that was against Gen G a few days ago. Now, keep in mind, people are going to be like, oh, damn, he played very well against Gen G. Yeah, those games against Gen G aren't going to be consistent for him because he's not good constantly. That Doran you saw against Gen G and the Doran you saw when they played up against, you could say, like Hanwha Life last split, that's the Doran you see is the one against Hanwha Life. Doran, they should work on getting rid of that guy. That guy's that guy's just running it down. You should work on replacing that guy. Faker, keep in mind, even if Faker does have bad games, they're not going to ever replace him. That's just never happening. I don't know people keep saying, like, well, this night he lost to this guy and this night he lost to this guy. Guys, he's never getting replaced. I mean, it happened a long time ago, but that was in a different time period. That was a different set of context that you have to know about. He did get knocked out for Pyrian, but keep in mind, that was only for like one series, and they put him back anyway. Easy Hoon made a lot more sense because Easy Hoon was very, very good back when that happened. So even when they lost Faker, even though Faker was, I think you could say that he was better than Easy Hoon even in Season 5, putting Easy Who in didn't really hurt them overall. They still beat the shit out of people, you know? Now, it's because it's different from like the years that he got benched, because the last year he got benched was in 2021 when they tried to do it with Closer, and we've seen how that worked with Closer on other teams. Not the jungler Closer. There's a mid laner named Closer in the LCK. That's not worked out. Yeah, he's the one on Bro. Keep in mind, for the last 2022, 3, 4, 5. He's been not benched for like 4 years straight. They're just not going to, this iteration of T1 is just not going to bench him. That's just what it is, you know? Like, and keep in mind, who are you going to justify benching him for? Poopy? They tried that. That wasn't good. That was bad. That was terrible. He's not good. So that's not going to work for them. You just have to hope Faker just plays very well, or if he has a down period, you just hope he just fucking bounces back from it. We're sharing this now in hopes of alleviating the current confusion, which has unfortunately been shaped by a number of incorrect assumptions, some of which stemmed from our lack of clarity. Yeah, you did this to yourself. I mean, you could have just said why you did it up front initially, but they didn't, and this is where we're at now. Moving forward, unless changes are made due to player illness or injury, we will not be pre-announcing roster decisions. This is to minimize both misunderstandings and any unintentional strategic disclosures. We hope our fans can understand and relate to the spirit behind this decision. Both Gumayusi and Smash are integral parts of T1. We deeply believe in all our players and in the strength of this team. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's just stupid. If they believed that Smash was better than Gumayusi starting this year, why wasn't Smash just announced as a starter? If you believe that Smash was better, I mean, yeah.
It comes down to money a lot of times. They can't say it.
And it's the sponsorships too, because they sold the sponsors on the Zeto FGK roster, and that's gone because now you have whatever the fuck it's called now. Do-F Smashka.
But also it's Guma Kyria.
Yeah. And if you guys actually, I watch T1's content. I watch their videos. You listen to the voice comms because people say Faker's this shot caller and all this stuff. Faker's good his fair share of shot calling. I'm not saying he hasn't, but Kyria makes a lot of the decisions in the game. Kyria be whipping on his fat cock and telling people what to do. Just saying, like, Smash is gonna tell Kyria what to do because obviously that's just not gonna happen. Kyria's gonna be, who are you? Hello? Like, Kyria is their most valuable player right now because he does all their shot calling decisions. Owner, Faker do it more in the mid game, but right now, just anyone who's a T1 fan out there, Smash is just the better option right now. Now, is this going to cause Gumayusi to leave T1 at the end of the year? I mean, I don't know because he might
leave at the end of spring. If they decide to keep if Smash. If they get to MSI, if Smash does well at MSI, Guma might be gone by
because there's two teams that go for the LCK, right? Yeah, so you have there's two teams to go, and like, because this is the problem. What like Joe Marsh did this to Gumayusi right now. Joe Marsh forced T1 to put in Gumayusi back potentially when he wasn't even ready to play again. Then he lost to their biggest rival. People just don't like that. I mean, given how rivalries are like this in league and like competitive, like NBA and NFL, people do not like lose. Like, it's one thing to lose to like,
but it wasn't his fault that they lost.
It actually wasn't. It actually really wasn't his fault. It was actually I would say it's actually Dorn played very well that series. I would say it was owner.
It was just Chovy. It was just Chovy finally decided to wake the fuck up. That happens. You know,
it's not really anyone's fault they lost because Gumayusi played well in that game one against remember he was Jin. He played very well in that game. Chovy ran it down that game one. He was actively sprinting it in that game
two,
one.
He was starting to rev up. Game three, Genji was losing a good chunk of that, but they were never. It was never a lost game. They were losing.
Yeah, like if T1 randomly just lost to like I don't know DNF, they'd be like, all right, that's fucking whatever. It's different to lose to like Hanwha Life and Genji and DK. Those are like their main rivals. They do not like losing to them. And all of that.
The way they lost. If you get 2-0, it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. That was a very, very close series. Like that game one by them was very good. Game two, they had a chance to win that too. They brought it back in game two, but Genji, they did the better macro and got themselves out of game two. And then game three, that was, man, that right there, that Victor triple kill Chovy got the very last minute. Oh, good lord.
That's what saved though.
Yeah, and it was crazy. He killed Gumayusi last. So so people see it like him as Caitlyn. Why didn't you just auto attack him? Guys, Victor is very powerful at 40 minutes of the game. I'm pretty sure you played enough games to know that at this point. But
and that's the thing is they're gonna put all the blame on him. It's the same thing with Russell Westbrook. There were little things early in that game that cost them the game.
Yeah.
They got
and then guess what happened after the Genji series? They play against KT. Smash goes 13-0 on Kaisa. Straight up, actually, my God, T1 just actually fisted them so hard.
See, that's KT,
no lube.
But then they're gonna be like, oh, Smash played great against a backup ADC support bot lane.
And he's playing with Keria. I want to point out how much valuable Keria is. Gumayusi looks very good with Keria. Smash looks good with Keria. Pretty sure there's a X factor there going on with Keria. Just saying. Like, the Smash and Keria have very good 2v2s. They solo kill a lot of people. They even beat Genji's bot lane pretty consistently. Like, Smash has been playing very good. It's nothing. I don't actually have anything against Smash. I think he's playing completely fine. This actually isn't his fault at all. He's just doing his job. It's just the way this will look on Gumayusi, like that. The thing I don't like what they're doing to Gumayusi is that they're not giving him enough of a sample size to prove himself. Why does he only get 2 series and then he gets thrown out? That's the problem that I'm having. That's not a big enough sample size
because low key, they probably don't want him in there anymore. And I think that's the coaching.
Do you think they had an argument in a scrim or something? Like they had a big. They have to have had a big argument or something.
Okay. Who was the coach when Guma got there?
Oh God!
It wasn't the guy that's there now.
No, Coma was coaching DK. They had this guy called Zepha, I think, or is it Coach Kim? Oh no, it was Coach Kim. It's the guy who's on Gen G.
Yeah,
it was either Coach Kim or it was Zepha, and Coach Kim was the one who brought up Gumayusi. Actually,
and Coach Kim is the one that developed Gumayusi. And this is what happens sometimes. Coaching, and this happened to me in baseball. Like when a coach, and it's happened to me in culinary. When someone who hasn't started with you, like they have to inherit you, if they see any weakness, they're going to start looking for a replacement. They're going to start looking for someone that can do your job better, but
let's be honest here.
Or someone that they could develop.
No, just adding to your point. T1, keep in mind, a lot of people don't know this. Them winning Worlds saves them as an org. They were essentially, they do well at tournaments, even the ones they don't win. They always do very, very well. But them winning, people did not expect them to win Worlds. You know? I mean, I always just said they're going to do well because it's Faker. But that's just like fucking narrative wizard shit. I think they've always tried to look for different people. It just got glanced over because they were winning Worlds. And winning Worlds is what matters to a lot of people more than other tournaments. So people just kind of go, oh, if you won Worlds, you should just keep the same roster. But keep in mind, guys, they were getting ass blasted in summer. They were not doing good. You think they were trying to look for new people in summer? They probably were. It just they just won Worlds, so they went, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just run this back again. Oh, we don't have Zeus. Oh, shit. Because Joe Marsh or one of them botched up the negotiations to get Zeus back.
Yep.
And they don't have Zeus. Then they're like, you know what? We panic. Doran, you want some splits? Hey, Doran, come over here, buddy. Uh-oh. And then, because the thing in the offseason with T1 was like, well, we're mad at Zeus for leaving because it ruins our core 5. But then you start Smash over Gumayusi. What the fuck was all that for then? What was the biggest?
That's why I'm thinking.
I was so confused.
That's why part of me thinking we might never know the truth about the whole Zeus thing. This might have been a coach's thing where the coaches didn't want him. And they're hiding at something else. Because I've seen that happen before. I see a chef get fired and said it was, the head chef didn't want him. It turned out it was the general manager that didn't want him. Our technical coach. It was like you didn't want the head chef because he just had arrogance about him. I don't like. I was like, because he knows how to cook his food well. It's like maybe sometimes they see a player is great, but they're like, we'll probably get better. And sometimes people think that too. It's like, and that's the sad part about it. Like, they still have an ego. Guma does. But it's like,
James says, SKT getting too full of themselves, crashing one of your star players' confidence to replace him after 3 seasons of World Finals appearances is crazy. You'd never see a competent org from another sport do it to a player of his caliber.
Yeah, no.
Let's watch the Mavericks do that like less than a month.
James, you don't watch the NBA.
They just did it with the Mavericks. They just did that like last month.
They do that in baseball all the time. If a pitcher has one bad outing and he's rifting, they'll send him out to the minor leagues. That happens with hitters all the time. That happens all the fucking time. Like, I got sent home for one time because I just feel like working at some bullshit ass party. Like, I'm not working for this stink ass house.
All it does is either crush their confidence or make them want to leave. I mean, that's not. I don't disagree with that. No, I'm saying I've seen this in, like, I would say other competent orgs in League. I'm saying I've seen this in League happen so many times. People getting rid of star players for whatever reason. Like G2 got rid of Reckless. Remember, they're still doing well without him. Like G2 got Reckless from Fnatic. Reckless was being a little punk ass pussy little bitch, and then they got rid of him. Doing completely fine. Most people said getting rid of Reckless is a bad idea. You know, most people thought that Caps going to G2 was going to be a bad idea. Didn't happen. It was trying to be a pretty great idea at this point now. Oh, yeah. God. People, those Reddit threads are deleted. Those motherfuckers are cockroaches. They scattered.
Shit.
God. Like, there's many orgs many orgs just in League that have done this. You know? Like, oh my goodness. In the, fucking hell. Let's see. I have to dig up, like, worst trades and all that stuff. Like, I'm just saying off of, like, some that I remember right now. Or, oh my God, Cloud9 couldn't keep Jensen. Jensen went to Team Liquid and won. That's one of them. You know, Schalke gave up Abadage, their best player, gave him to 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves ended up winning. This is when Abadage didn't run it down. To be fair, I don't think he's running down DSG. You can't win on DSG. I'd rather just slit my fucking throat, honestly, to play that team. So the rest is just PR nonsense. But let's go over some of the comments here. I'd advise, man, why do I have to sit and listen to girls' opinions? God damn it. Please fucking kill me. I advise you, Gumayusi, to pressure Team 1 to leave and to find an org that treats you better than a spare part who hasn't brought them 2 world championships back to back. Do people live in the present moment here? League is a game of constant changing metas. Okay. So right now, he is not the better option to play, especially with Doran. Smash is the better option to play right now with Doran. Also, keep in mind, Guma, there were some splits where he played well, right? He played well in the LCK, but he played better at the international tournaments. Is what his always thing was.
But the issue is, what if the meta never gets better for Guma to play with Doran?
I mean, do you think that's gonna happen? I mean, league meta shifts pretty consistently.
What if Smash keeps getting better and they're like, why should we replace?
Well, do you believe in that as a mindset for rookies? Like they could get like just better and better, or you think he's gonna crash out eventually?
In a sport like this, it's gonna be. We don't know how Smash mental is. We know Guma has the confidence to pick back up. Because we knew that as a rookie from him.
Boy, we're not a fan of them handshaking Corki and Tristana every game. Oh God, that was so terrible.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Nice try in destroying career of Guma by pushing someone who doesn't deserve. The coaching staff didn't want to put in Guma. Joe Marsh made them do that. Joe Marsh made them put in Guma before maybe he was ready to come back. He literally said, "I want Gumayusi to start." That's Joe Marsh's fault. The coaches didn't want him to play. Okay. If you dare to have Guma back this Saturday, then take a reason for continuing to bench him. You're the most comedic esports team ever. This is the same person that's their fan that brags about them winning 5 world championships. That's what I don't get with esport people. T1 is either the best org ever because they won like 5 world championships and they won almost everything, or they're the most idiotic org ever. I don't get it. And keep in mind, if people think the coaches on their team are the best, keep in mind, the coaches are there seeing them scrim every day. We only get to see like just the best of series that they play on stage. That's the thing, you know? Like, keep in mind, maybe is it possible in people's brains he's just not performing very well? I don't get this with people where they don't think that people could just not perform very well at some points. Maybe he's just not performing very well right now. We've seen it on stage. He's performed. I mean, I can't even really say that technically because there's only been like 4 best of series he's played. He's played what? How many in winter? He played 2, and he played 2 right now. I mean, I would say the Genji one is the one he's played the best, but you know, this is what happens when you have like another player who's kind of stronger than you at certain meta picks. Like it happens in card games a lot too. I mean, you know this too. Like certain metas, you're better than other metas. You know, some metas are better at playing mid range. Some metas are better playing at fucking stall decks. Some decks you're better at playing with combo strategies. You know, not like I'm not the best combo strategy person. I'm better at strategically playing like other decks. But Well, at least T1 beat KT, and I love seeing KT fail. I'm actually an active hate watcher of KT. Fuck them. KT is trash. I told Chaz, and I'm telling everyone here, I'm going to hate watch every one of KT's games, and I hope they fucking fail, because that org is trash. All right, what's the last thing we're going to talk about tonight? The Vitality shit. Remember that Vitality shit we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you see that Vitality? So Vitality created a League of Legends YouTube channel. They made those docuseries videos.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And you saw the part I told you to timestamp? Oh my god, we gotta bring it up. I'm such a hate. I'm a hate watcher of Vitality too. I love this.
And then people say Knock was one of the top he's one of the top laners in LEC. I'm like,
I mean, I get it. We're only seeing the games on stage, and you guys see the scrims, but them scrims ain't translating the stage, buddy. I need them scrims to translate.
Knockoff with their 091 on Yasuo. Talk about, his Yasuo's great. I'm like,
the Yasuo that went 0-9 that he counterpicked himself into being. Yep, great Yasuo there.
Saying that he's confident that he could beat anybody on Yasuo. I'm like, you sure about that? Was that John Cena me who he pops out of his head? You sure about that?
Oh, God. Let me bring up the Vitality League of Legends channel, because I know people are going to blame Mac and Pad. I mean, this is the one where I wouldn't blame the coaches. There's only so much you can do. I don't understand. There's you can't just walk up to the players and assault them to get them to play better. This ain't Michael Jordan back in the day. You could assault people and do that. You can't do that. And come on. Well, that's the joke. A black guy being aggressive and assaulting people. The jokes write themselves, honestly. And keep my boy Kobe Bryant in the conversation. Everyone's talking about LeBron versus Michael Jordan. No, keep my boy Kobe in the conversation. That time where Michael Jordan told Kobe, "You're 24, you can't fill them shoes," and he dropped 50 on the next game. Keep my boy in the game. But nevertheless, mentality.
There's people who barely watch. Who barely watch. So I think there's people that barely watch Kobe saying, it was like, it depends on who you look at. If you go by championships, Kobe, but you go, the thing is,
he did beat Michael Jordan at one thing, was getting more rings. Jordan has 3, yep. Kobe had 5. Kobe won without Shaq. See, people said you can only win with Shaq, man. He won without Shaq, but Shaq's also a freak of nature, so good lord. I remember I sent you that video of the players that Michael Jordan said he would have on his starting 5.
Yeah.
Good God. So it's this video, right? Is this voice com? Nope, I do not want to hear. Hillsang wasn't even talking in some of these videos. He was just running it down.
Yeah.
You see those voice com videos? Hillsang wasn't even speaking. Man just sprinted everything. He's like, I'll just start sprinting. What was the time I told you guys? I think it was 18 minutes. It was somewhere around there. Right here. So this is after they lost to BDS. There's not really much a coach or assistant coach can really do. He was getting mad at the players because they were calling themselves bad, but the players are being honest. This roster sucks. This roster isn't good. The rookies, we'll have to see how they're going to play out. I can't really judge them harshly right now. But Linces, he's not good. Even I love how Carmine Corp fans got mad he wasn't going to play in their org. You guys dodged a bullet. He was going to be. You guys want him to be your jungler. Because this thing, French people overrate every single player they ever have. Apparently, Sakin was better than Faker to a lot of people. Crackheads. Fucking French fried fucking losers. All right.
It was good to see us play a best of series and make a comeback. The way that we end the series, we'll talk about later. But good job making this a series, because if you go out in that game too, after that early game, it's really hard to take something away from today. But you fucking...
Buddy, you guys can't take anything away because your team is trash.
Didn't. You made it work. And going into game 3 as well. And that's frustrating, right? Because there's not a second chance now. There's not a coming back tomorrow and review this game and then play versus Fnatic. And that's fucking frustrating. And while it's not possible right now, this is still something we are going to grow from, right? This is winter split. It's going to fucking suck. Right now, it's going to fucking suck until we start playing spring again. But these...
Damn. that take aged like milk.
Resources are necessary to become a good team. And what we lost to in Game 3 today makes a lot of fucking sense with the quality of practice we had the last 2 weeks, right? Realistically, only our last 2 scrim days were human good scrim days where we finally figured out where the fuck we have to work from. We were just not.
How did they not know where to work from the entire split? These splits are like 2 months. What are they doing in some of these teams? He said literally they didn't even know what the fuck they were need to work on until the very last 2 days of their last best of series they were going to play.
Not doing enough. We were too slow. We were resetting too slowly. We were giving too much space. We were too slow at resetting. That's okay. That's part of developing, and that's unfortunately because of the practice and because I as well, I can take ownership for that, was so late to figure out that this is where we really needed to attack our gameplay.
And yeah, same as Pad, I think the fact that we didn't have good practice
I think it was this part right here.
That's on me.
I don't want to hear in a joking way from you, Hilly, that we are a bad team. Ever.
The joke that Hillisang is calling them a bad team. That's probably why he got benched. He was calling them bad.
If you think we're a bad team, tell me why and find a solution for how we become a good team. Because I've now had to listen for 2 best of 3s and before. Like I've had to listen to us talk about how shit we are, how we're not gonna win, or how we're gonna go home, or how we're gonna go on vacation. Guys, I hate it. There's not a lot of things that gets me really angry, but having people have this negative self-talk, it's so infectious, guys. I want to be optimistic. I want to find solutions. For me, this is okay. It's fucking winter split. We have 2 more full splits to become a good team. 2 more full splits. But if we are going around talking about ourselves like that, if we are talking about each other like that, like I'm not gonna fucking have it. It messes so much with me. It messes so much with me because I get it. It's not that I disagree that we are not G2 right now. We are not the best team in the EU right now.
Oh, you're never going to be G2, buddy. I think that ship has sailed. But yeah, that's vitality. That's a pure disappointment of an org. Apathy, L's, and no love. And this was, I don't know, they had a promotional video or whatever. Why'd they bring in Niski? I mean, I'm pretty sure that hasn't helped them actually, has it? So, yeah. Anything else you want to bring up for tonight, actually?
I don't think not, man. Just World League and shit. That you got it crazy in the chat.
James says, I hate Vitality's channel. Well, they hate you too because you're black. All right. League used to be filled with Adderall fueled alpha males back in the day. That's true. It's true. Common MSKL.
I was going to say that's Pokemon now. Shit.
People are on Adderall when they're playing Pokemon. I mean, people are on Adderall when they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Yeah, no, because it's to keep focus, but you can tell some of them are because the way they be shaking like crazy.
Are people Are people like under that much pressure that they have to take drugs to play
for Pokemon? Yeah, because there's cats involved. Think about it when you go into that final match, there's $3,000 extra on the line. If you get second, you get $7,000.
Shit.
If you get first, you get $10,000, and you get that auto invite to Worlds. And then if you go to NAIC, that's a $10,000 match right there. You win NAIC, you get $25,000.
You got $10K on the line. People are just going to be willing to do anything at that point.
Yeah, but if you come in second, once you get top 4 at NAIC, it all comes down to you want $10,000 extra dollars because the international championships. I'll tell you how much the cash difference is.
Yeah,
for the championships. Championship series. Let me look up.
1 sec. I got to text James because he's texting me right now. Hey, white man, did you get my messages? Oh my god, this guy's been messaging me all day. Second here.
Yeah, if you get first place in an international championship, think of international championships like world championship qualifiers in a sense.
Yeah.
But Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh is just so different. You get first place, you get $25,000. Second place gets $15,000, but you both get all the invites to Worlds. Top. If you make top 4 of international championship, you're guaranteed at least $10,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, is that enough for you to start taking Adderall though?
Some motherfuckers, they have ADHD. They gotta focus.
Damn, Michael, you ever took drugs when you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't think I've ever.
I never took drugs. My drug was coffee, and I stopped doing that because I was getting bad shakes. I was getting if I played a deck that made me had a shake, oh man, the shakes started coming out.
Could you imagine just shaking that hard from doing? I couldn't do it. No.
Yeah, I played against somebody that did that, and when I beat him, it was like the worst thing. He was just so nervous. Because think about this: in the World Championship, first place is $50,000.
Yeah.
Second place is $30,000. Top 4 is $20,000. That means if you get to the finals, you're having a $20,000 money match to see who walks away with $50,000 in the first championship, in the World Championship accolades.
I just want to say I can never show you guys the message that James sent me on Discord. He would get a lot of black people angry.
He called you N-word. Does James need to get his ass whooped? Does a cracker need to get his ass beat?
And we can beat him with our tongues in his butt. That's what we do. We're gonna do the P. Diddy style to him.
Nah, I'm gonna beat his motherfucking ass.
No, in Minecraft, we're not.
No, I'm gonna beat him in GTA.
In GTA, that's good.
Motherfucker gonna walk out and I'm gonna just do a drive-by there. GTA style.
Have you seen Kanye tweet today? Oh my god, this man going wild.
What's this motherfucker tweet? Now he tweeted some bullshit.
Oh, he wants to have the most tweets in human history. That's what he's going for. Okay, let me bring Ye's tweets up. Give me 1 second, go. I'm bringing it right now. This is for, oh my. Just one of them so far. Oh my god. My dick too long for trans vagina. God.
Look at.
I had to bookmark this. Bookmarking that. Oh god. Shit. There was another one he had today too. Looked at my bookmarks. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Okay. Not I want to say fucking Ye been popping off all day. Holy shit. Right here. You start dating a troon woman and wondering why y'all got so many things in common. Do you make sense of this? Can you make sense of this? What is this man? What is bro saying?
Yeah.
What is dude saying? What is this? Damn. Gay N-words really be trying to fuck. Now I know how my female employees feel around me.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh damn. Please. He ain't following no one. He got 33 million followers. Holy shit. You know kids was rich when you go over to their house and they had snacks like N-word. How you afford to have uneaten food?
Why the poor kid always smell like his house?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this. Nope.
Stay red pill. I know, Pat. I used to be moderately poor, like live in the hub, but you could afford Jordan type shit. That's Chicago. That's Chicago.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty realistic though. I'll give him that one. That's
should be where N-word can talk as long as they want, but also N-word can leave whenever they want. I can't. Nah, he's from Chicago. That's Jesus.
This man just tweets anything that just comes to his mind.
Yo, that's what we gotta do. Bring the segment back. Kanye's tweets. You know, Spec. We gotta do that.
I bought a man a Birkin Rich. Are these Troons?
I brought a man a Birkin bag. Rich N-word.
My dick too long. So this pastor was fucking this. What is this? So this pastor was fucking this trans. And when
the congregation found out, he didn't let the church say amen. Bro.
Bad bitches that cover up are forsaking God. Technically true.
Let me get your number, your account number. Bad bitches should. Bad bitch. Go back up.
Yeah.
Bad bitches should charge N-words just to look at them. Yeah, that's called OnlyFans. Oh, I'm introducing a new feature to my stream called Inner Monologue.
You look like you'd have drove 100K just for looking good. What the fuck?
Why when a bitch get 100K in the account for no reason, they immediately twerk?
I used to love sending bitches money. I wouldn't even fuck sometimes. I just love the way she screamed when she saw the 100K hit her account.
Tricky. It ain't tricky if you got it.
Oh, this was the one where he wants to basically make a porn website and pay the porn stars royalties on how many people watch their videos.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love how there's just a porn site called Blacked.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. I now signed up for Brazzers and Blacked. Pornhub should not be free, and all the actors and actresses should receive residuals like musicians do. Musicians receive residuals? That's the first time I heard about it. I appreciate porn stars so much. When I really got Yeezy porn going, when I really get Yeezy porn going, I'm gonna change things to make us all more money and get more respect for the joy y'all bring the world. Thank you to all the porn stars that kept me out of trouble and kept me from having kids early. I'm a nerd. I needed y'all. Big love and acknowledgement from Yeezy.
Two N-words with fake smiles. Oh shit.
Oh shit. It's not a hell of a run. It's a hell of a what? Guys.
Oh, rage. God, did I beat the record for most tweets yet? I got 30 years of music. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Said.
This man just be tweeting everything he just thinks in his mind. This guy's crazy. This guy's insane. See, this song perfectly represents Kanye. 45 seconds with Rihanna, him, and Paul McCartney. That perfectly represents Kanye. That's the best song right there. Holy shit. Oh shit. Nope. Nope. He just tweeted a picture of. Oh God. Okay. You going to any Yu-Gi-Oh? So you gonna go to locals this week?
Pokemon, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. You got any videos you're gonna work on coming up? You want to let people know about?
Market watches when I'm like not fried because I had one that's come out today. I really listened to it. I was like, oh no, I have to throw this shit out. I started so fried in the video. I was like, God damn, I'm too damn tired.
Yeah.
And it's mostly physical. It's not mental. It's physical. I just like it's physical. People think, oh, it's because you don't want to do the video. No, it's the issue is these card prices are too volatile. Where like I know I have to do one, then do another video to cover in between the days, and then do another one after that. Because these prices are just.
I want you guys to see this from Abella Danger when she interacted with a black man.
OnlyFans, I pay you a lot. I like that video where you hooked up with a random fan from Chicago. It's pretty cool. We go grab a bite to eat. I could just it'd be cool.
Yeah, just come back and we'll talk about it.
For sure. I watch.
This man just admitted that he loved a video where she just fucked a fan and he pays her a lot of money. Buddy, you can see Abella Danger, who got voted like best porn star, I think, in 2023.
But make sure if he uses his credit card, because he could be scamming and using somebody else's credit card. We don't know.
Oh, true. You can literally see that bitch get ripped open in ways I've never seen a woman get ripped open.
Yeah,
that woman,
like,
you can see everything. What are you paying for?
You can see her take her cock in the ass in the shower for free on some websites. Just take her home. Like
I literally seen this girl's eyes roll back so far into her brain, it looked like she was possessed by.
I've seen her leg open, just a cock in her butt, just get pounded out, and then like another dude comes in her pussy, and now she's like a Bella sandwich.
Oh god!
Just cream both sides, both holes.
Yeah, what are you paying that fucking scumbag for?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, in San Francisco, they're building a naked woman statue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there was another one Kanye had that I tagged Selena and her sister in. He revealed something about Taylor Swift. Give me a sec. I'm still never going to forget that night where he embarrassed Taylor Swift. Looking back now, I'll be like, okay, man, you was cooking there. You was cooking there. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my God. It got deleted. It got taken down. I think it violated X's rules, I think, for like, oh damn. I should have screenshotted it. Basically,
what?
Because I tagged, it was a Yee tweet. I tagged Selena and her sister in it. So basically, Kanye tweeted that Taylor Swift was getting fucked in the mouth and in the ass by Justin Bieber and Harry Styles, and she a good little girl. And I tagged Selena and Diana. I said, your girl Taylor Swift going wild because they don't like her. Kanye Taylor Swift was taking some dick. God. Oh God. Jeez. Yep, Kanye just letting out all the secrets. Like, if people don't think Taylor Swift takes it in the ass, I don't know what to tell you at this point. You think that's a good girl? Man, I have this bridge to sell you in fucking Africa. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So just letting you guys know, I had 2 episodes of the MSK show today. One with 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. Then I had Mark the Cyborg on for a one-on-one. So we're not going to have any MSK show episodes until Monday because Warren is at a con convention promoting his comic book, which is good for him. I'll just end up streaming Master Duel or maybe Duelist Nexus. Maybe Friday. Yeah, Friday. And then I'll probably like stream League Saturday. And then Sunday we have the show, right? We have the show Saturday. And Saturday. My brain's fried. All right. Tomorrow I'll stream Master Duel and Duelist Nexus. So when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I'll also just stream Duelist Nexus there too, because Duelist Nexus will be Yu-Gi-Oh! Related anyway. Don't want to make a separate thing for that. And I want to try and play the format again. And in Duelist Nexus, you can play ranked with best of 3s, which is how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is supposed to be played. So we'll have that. I mean, that's if I get to it. If not, I'll get to it eventually. That's tomorrow. Saturday, I'll play either League or Master Duel. And then on Sunday, we have the Cloud9 podcast. And then that's pretty much it. And then Monday, we'll have an episode of the MSK show because, we don't do panel shows on Saturdays anymore. It's just the MSK show is Monday through Friday. That's it. And I do it with Warren, but he's out of town.
Dang, you don't do Saturday anymore?
It's so hard to get a consistent group of people anymore. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing now. And it's like,
damn.
But it's fine. I'd rather just
Saturday you could do your streams that hour and a half, 2 hours, and then go to sleep. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, I mean, running the show 5 days a week is fine anyway. That's 5 episodes literally a week plus randomly when I have the extra one-on-ones in there. Oh my God, what is Britney Spears doing? This bitch is wilding out too. Have you guys seen Britney Spears going crazy recently? I mean, that's a joke in of itself. Maybe the father really wasn't the bad guy in the situation. Maybe she's just a fucking wackadoo.
I mean, don't forget she's been abused mentally for years.
Yeah, she's doing this thing where a lot of older ladies do when they hit the wall and their looks are fading and they're not relevant, they just start acting out wildly. Oh, God. The world is slowly finding out her father wasn't the villain. He was all that stood between us and the sheer madness of Britney Spears. Good Lord. Not gonna lie. I still put my face in her ass. I'd do it. I see what it smell like.
You're a wild motherfucker. You know that.
I'm just saying, though. Would you not do it? And she, like, sat on your face.
Nah, not her.
Oh, God. 1 second here. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to work on getting an episode of Comic Book Market Watch done either tonight or I'll just record it tomorrow. I'll have it up before the week's over. I'm sorry it's going to come out late. I was just so busy. But so one more thing to announce to you guys. Next Thursday, we're not going to have an episode of the Cloud9 podcast on Thursday because I'll be out of town. I'll be at the Geeks and Gamers F&T meetup, actually. So when we do our episode coming up on this Sunday, that'll be the last episode of the show until the following Sunday after that. So I wanted to make sure this episode was as spicy and juicy as you guys love it, because can't wait to watch DSG play this weekend again. I love watching these teams play. Man, fucking hell. GX versus Rogue was one of the worst games I've ever seen this year so far. Definitely not beating that. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, and we'll see you guys Sunday.